Hi, my name is Venus O'Hara and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to talk to you about something quite serious, well not so orgasmic this time. I'm going to talk about STDs and more specifically about online STD checks. Anyway, let me start by talking to you about my experience with STDs. Well, fortunately I've never had an STD personally. I've had other things like thrush or just things that have been related to the vagina in the past, but never through sex. That's because I've always been very religious about safe sex. Not that religion has much to do with safe sex most of the time, well, unless it's abstinence, but I'm talking about condoms. I've always been very, very, very meticulous about condoms. And I know condoms don't protect you against everything, but let me just start by explaining why I've been so obsessed with condoms. I think it all started when I started discovering sex. I just absolutely loved it. I thought, wow, this is the most amazing thing I've ever felt in my life. And I remember I used to talk to my female friends about it and all the orgasms I was having. And they looked at me like I was speaking a foreign language or something. And I remember a couple of my friends who didn't enjoy sex as much as I did. Well, they didn't enjoy sex. They just found it quite painful, and they did it, well, not just painful, they did it really for the emotional connection with their boyfriends. They enjoyed other things, but they still weren't as sexual as I was. Anyway, a couple of these friends who weren't nearly as sexual as I am or was, they contracted a couple of STDs, and I remember them telling me all about it, the treatments, and how it caused a rift in their relationship. Especially with one person, it was because their boyfriend had been cheating on them, and she had no idea until this point. I think it was genital warts what she had, and anyway, it was so. I just thought it was really ironic, that she didn't enjoy sex as much as I did, but she was the one going to the clinics every couple of months and having treatments, etc. And I just thought, wow, this is seriously bad luck, and whereas I was just like really having a great time and everything was fine. So ever since being a witness to those examples around me when I was very young, I was always very, 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 very meticulous about safe sex. And with a couple of my boyfriends when I was starting to have sex, I did that silly mistake, well I think it is anyway, of stopping using barrier methods after a few months when you trust each other apparently. And then I was using the pill, and I was on the pill for many years, and mainly at the beginning it was because I wanted to have a regular period, and I wanted to know if there was anything, if there was any accidents or anything like that. But also I used the condoms as well. And I've been very lucky with the guys who have shared my bed and my heart and my intimacy, that I've never had any complaints. I've never had that, oh, I can't feel anything. I think out of all the guys I've been with, there's only been one guy who had a genuine issue with condoms. I think that was all down to just nervousness, really, just not being relaxed enough. And I think the condom moment for many people can kill the passion. So for me, in my sexual relations and in my work, I'm really passionate about making safe sex fun, and especially that condom moment, when people think it's ruining the moment, when it really should be part of foreplay. And for me, I really actually prefer to put the condom on the guy myself. That way I know it's being put on properly, because that's so important. And also I think it can be more fun for the guy, and yeah, I think it can be more erotic. But yeah, what else was I gonna say? I love condoms so much that I even use them with sex toys. And I don't share my sex toys ever, because sharing is definitely not caring as far as sex toys are concerned. But if it's a sex toy for penetration, then I definitely use a condom, because I don't 100% trust the materials of sex toys. Not just that, you can wash them and whatever, and then you can have a sex toy lying around on your bed and it can gather dust. and or even particles that you can't even see. So imagine, I just think it's best to have a new surface every time, and I just feel it's more hygienic that way. But that's my personal preference anyway. So luckily, I get through a lot of condoms anyway, and I just absolutely love condoms. But of course, as much as I love condoms and I have good intentions, sometimes they can break, and that's happened to me a few times in my life, and that's been really annoying, especially when you have the best intentions. And I think, according to my experience, condom breakage can be down to if they're not put on properly, or for example, if you're using an oil-based lubricant, like coconut oil is a terrible thing to use with condoms because it can disintegrate the condom. But even if it doesn't break, there are some STDs that you can get from skin-to-skin contact. So, and even if you're in a committed relationship, etc., it's always good to get tested and to know your own status and, of course, your partner's status. STDCheck.com offers fast, private and affordable STD checking. First of all, you can order online or by phone, and then you can choose from their 10 test panel or individual tests. Then you can visit a test centre. They collaborate with over 4,500 testing centres in the US, and tests only take a few minutes. And then step 3, you get your results. Your test results are emailed within 1 to 2 days. So if you're in the US and you want to get tested, visit STDCheck.com. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.